Hello, welcome to our Craftember. Today we're going to be sharing a fun little ornament craft with you. This is my helper Declan. He's 7 and will be showing us the child range of each of these ornament projects. If you're new here and haven't met before, my name is Jocelyn. I am the owner-operator of My Way Acres Farm and Fiber. Glad you're here. Let's make some ornaments. Okay, so let's go over some of the supplies we're going to need for this ornament. Obviously the cat is not one of those supplies, so...
Bye-bye.
All right, so we have a collection of cookie cutters here. You can do this for any holiday. You can do it for any shape. Cookie cutters are great because it gives you a boundary and it keeps kids' fingers out of the way of the needle mostly. Obviously, you're still going to want to do this under supervision and after teaching children how to use the needle felting needles. So go ahead and everybody pick one.
I want to do the one that Miss Lewis gave me. And then
pick one. Right. We're only going to do one right now.
So I want to do an easy one.
I'm going to choose this candy cane.
That's good. All right, so let's clear the rest of these out of the way.
Where are you going to put them on?
You can put those next to
Who's doing the snowman? The snow angel. Snow angel, yeah.
I'm doing a gingerbread.
Oh, who's that? Who's doing this?
I'm doing a candy cane.
Okay, so you have this, and then you're going to want something to needle felt into.
Oh, my brown piece of fuzz. Just back there.
You're going to want a base to needle felt into because the needle is going to go past your wool repeatedly, so you're not going to necessarily want to do this on your table. So I've got a piece of foam here that is designed for needle felting. And then I have this, which is actually a sponge. So if this isn't something, if needle felting is not something that you're going to do on a regular basis, or you're just getting into it, this is a really good cheap alternative. I actually got it from TSC in like the horse grooming section. This is what it looks like. I want to say it was right around $1. It's been a bit since I've purchased these, but they work really well. You just kind of have to watch that you don't like overly aggressively felt, because then you'll end up getting some of that foam in your project. So you'll just have to check the underside and kind of pick it up your project so it doesn't get felted into the sponge.
Would do that with this?
Yeah, it will do it for most of them. And that's a normal thing to need to pick it up and move it.
But you'll have to do it on this side because it's weak.
This side or that side, Mom?
It doesn't matter. Either work.
I'm gonna do
All right, and this is these are my needle felting supplies. Depending on what size shape you have, you can use one of the and I can tell my kids have been using this because I've got broken needles. But you can use one of the ones with the multi pins, depending on the size of your shape. But for the most part, you're going to want to do one of the thicker single needles. So I'm going to give you guys all a large. So just be careful and remember, just reviewing, here you go. Reviewing needle safety. Please wait. Reviewing needle safety. These are very like delicate needles, especially at the tips. So you're going to want to make sure that you do a motion that is straight in and straight back out. You don't want to like take it in at one angle and then like twist it to pull it back up, because that's how needles get broken. You're also not murdering the wool. It's already dead. You're just kind of like poking it. You're just like getting it to stick. Like, hey, stay there, wool. Okay? So don't get over aggressive and murder.
Technically, the wool was never alive.
No, it was.
It was on
the sheepy.
Or bunny.
Yeah, well, this is all sheep's wool that we're using today.
Oh, are we just gonna hold it like this?
Yeah, I only have the one holder.
Could be
You're not gonna need those because you have your cookie cutter shape.
Yeah, and it won't be go like that. But if you do it at the wrong angle, it might. But
okay.
Could I? Okay. Just.
I don't want you to use those because that's how you're going to end up breaking that needle. Okay. So you have your basic necessities. You've got your needle, your surface, and your shape. So then what you're going to want to do is get
Wool.
wool.
Woolly,
And then, again, because I'm a fiber artist, I kind of have the advantage here. I save these little scraps for felting, for making bats.
This.
That's all I have of that. And
Yeah, no to this.
okay,
That's
so
nice.
here, this is a good tree color though.
Or you can do this one. This is like a, I mean, I might do this for my candy cane. Birthday
No, my
snowman.
needle. Okay.
So you can just pick some
Look,
colors.
This is like a good gingerbread color.
Mhm. Yeah, I have a whole stash. So, little primer. Okay, does everybody have
Yeah,
theirs
I
picked?
chose just like,
You're gonna need a lot more than that, so keep that in mind. You're gonna need a
Okay.
decent amount.
Right.
I
You're
might,
gonna need both of those.
okay, I'm gonna do, I
mean, you can also get fancy and do like darks and shading and.
I really like this one, but there's not enough of this, so I'm gonna do this one.
Okay, so think about what that's gonna end up looking like in a candy cane.
I can just do this.
Lambert, do you like the color?
Does that look like a good candy cane? Well, how am I gonna do like the white thing? Do I like need to throw white?
So what I would do, yeah, I would take white and do like your base in white, and then you would come back and just do chunks on top. We have a couple different whites.
I found mine already.
I think I want to do. I kind of like
the scissors bump.
this one, but it's not like.
Let me move the pom pom.
Mom, there's gonna be enough for the base.
Ones?
Yeah,
These
that's
small
what
ones
that's gonna be for. But
until
let's
like this
focus on getting the base down today, because we're gonna have to do 2 videos for this.
Yes.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to do a base of something, and what you're gonna do, now that I've wrapped that all back up in there, you're gonna want to take a chunk off of your base wool, and you're gonna want to put it, kind of fill up your shape.
Oh, I thought I'd do this. Like, no.
But Mom, so I'm gonna have to like do this much.
You're gonna want to take little pieces off at a time, so that you can get them in the little edges. But the center part, you should be able to do one big chunky.
Like that.
I have to do. I kind of chose like a not that good design.
Oh, you chose the perfect design.
It's kind of.
I can't like get this.
Start?
Well, that's okay. So you have to. Yeah, go ahead. And just remember, up and down, at the same angle. So you don't want to get too close to your 2 hands, because if the staple length is longer than what you're holding, you're just going to be tugging either end. There you go. And then keep your fingers out of the way, and use the needle in a spot where your finger is not. And then you're going to kind of just pat that down. And be careful you don't stab your cookie cutter, because that will break a needle as well.
Yeah, like you don't want to.
And it just needs to be little pokies. You don't have to impale your shape every single time. So the fact that I can hear like massive crunching when you're doing it means you're probably going a little deeper than you need to. You're going to kind of just have to play with it. Like I said,
it's kind of hard because like,
be careful on the edges so that you don't.
Have I ever stabbed myself before?
Have you ever?
Yeah.
Whilst needle felting?
Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Have you?
Yes.
Has Declan?
Yes.
So we all have.
Yes. I feel like it's a fairly common thing. Especially when you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
Did you accidentally stab yourself a little?
No, I just caught it, but it scared me.
Do you think I'll need a little bit more?
So felt down what you have, and then once you kind of get like a foundation, you'll see what part's thicker, what part's thinner, and what you need to add more to.
Like what?
But you don't want to over add, or it's going to make it a little harder to.
I actually over
He accidentally put.
So I'm like, but it's all filled in.
There's always a fault in what you do, so it's like you can learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes I purposely do a fault, like I accidentally like go like that. Most of the times I'm needle felting it, I can't. It's like, I don't know how to word it, but it's like I stab and then like try to do the edges, but all I'm doing is stabbing the cookie cutter. I'm not even
So
doing
that,
the edges.
in that case, you just need to make sure that you're going a little bit more straight up and down. And keep in mind, this is slightly time consuming. It's going to take you a few minutes, or like, you know, a bit.
You know, time lapse.
So don't get frustrated, and
I can't get this like.
because you're holding it too close. Here, look, baby. Let me see. Okay, so no, let go. Okay, see this? Not doing anything. But if I scoot my hand back just a little bit more,
Yeah, and
I can pull it back.
You can't do it a staple length.
Yeah,
it needs to be more than a staple length.
Yeah, you have to hold it because this is a staple length right here. So if you're holding right here, it's going to be hard to pull it apart. But you're going to want to do it in smaller chunks because then it'll get in your shape a little bit better.
Why is there like little divots in it, Mom?
So those are actually to help felt, because so the way wool is and the reason it felts really well is it actually looks like imagine a piece of hair that has dragon scales on it. Or like snake scales. So there, it's got little like plates, scale plates. So what you're doing when you're felting is you're actually like agitating those plates so that they Velcro to the other plates on the other hairs. So what these little barbs do is it kind of snags the hair and the plates when it's going in and out.
I don't think this, I was like, this thing would be high enough for them to see, but it's not that high. Can I?
What? Yeah, you can hold up show them what you're talking about. But you're going to have to not both be doing it because it's going to try and the cat's just knocked something down. Yeah, you can kind of see it.
You can kind of see the little divots in the...
But those barbs are part of what makes needle felting needles special and to do their job.
What I'm doing?
Okay, so we are going to continue felting down our base layers, and we will meet you back here after a bit. Okay, we are back again. We've been taking some time to get our wool felted up nicely in our cookie sheet or cookie cutters. And then when you have it kind of felted up nicely on one side, you're going to want to take it, like lift it up, and because most cookie cutters kind of have a little bit of a lip, you don't really want to just flip it over and needle felt on the back side because it'll catch that lip. So what you can do is just take it out of the cookie cutter, flip it the other direction, and insert it back in there, and then continue to felt on the other side until you can completely remove the shape, which is what we have right here. And then once you can remove, as you can tell, we have been joined by the 3-year-old, our kitty, who is quality control, and the
Good morning.
The workers wood chipping across the street. So
Delightful.
lots of extra-ness. So bear with us. All right, so we have our felted shape. Now we get to customize it. So obviously with the gingerbread, I'm gonna decorate him as one would a gingerbread cookie. But some ideas for decorating different things, like my daughter finally joined us and she's working on a star. And then Declan's Christmas tree. So you're gonna probably wanna deck the Christmas tree, right? So you can do ornaments. So some ideas for that are the pom-poms. You can do like the littler ones and just felt those right into the tree.
Or you could do the bottom because that's not really
yeah, you can make a tree trunk that's a little bit more visible of a tree trunk. And then I dug around the craft section and I found some sequins. Would be fun for like ornaments or any other sort of addition, and you
like,
just kind of
like your buttons.
Yeah, so there's like a little hole in the sequins. Yeah, I'm gonna use.
This too.
I've got 3 different colorways.
So is this too?
Stop! Please stop. That's your sister's. Don't mess with it, please. So I'm gonna take these for the little gumdrops gingerbread man. And what you do is there's a hole in the middle, so you would put a little bit of similar colored wool. Can you please move the needle away? Through the hole in the sequin with a little bit of wool, and kind of just felt that to the surface. And then you can do, you know, things like ribbons. You can either glue or try and felt them in, and kind of see where you can go. And also for things like,
where it's set.
For my gingerbread, I have this pencil roving is what they call it. It's super thin.
It's in the bells.
You'll try and grab on the table. Shake it. So this is really nice because I'll be able to get a really thin line. You can also, since you know pencil roving is not all that common, you can also use wool yarn to get a finer line. You're gonna want to try and find something that's, I'd say, probably close to 90%, if not 100% wool. Obviously, commercially available or scraps or always work too. So we are going to continue personalizing our different ornaments, and we'll meet you back here in a little bit to explain what we did.
What we did. Okay.
All right, well, welcome back. We took our time and worked on each of our ornaments. Declan was working on his Christmas tree. Would you like to tell us how you completed your Christmas tree?
Yeah, so I decided to make the bottom like it was in the option, and I was trying to, so I made the, like, you know, like usual Christmas trees, they have like the, they have like the usual
garland.
The garland. I put red garlands, and then I did these. It's like we did
the package of the pom-poms. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
the little puffs. Oh, the sequins.
I used 2 sequences for the bottom of the star, and then I was trying to needle felt the ornaments with
pom-poms.
Yeah, that were in the options, but I couldn't because there's something that your needle won't be able to go through in the middle, so I had to hot glue it, and then the top of the star, not the bottom. That's how I did mine.
Do you want to hold it up and show the camera? You want me to hold it since you got a little bit? Not too close. There you go. That's good. Would you say it was hard?
No, not really.
Just a little time consuming?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, as you saw, I was making the gingerbread. So I went back and I used, I have something called pencil roving, which is really nice for getting fine lines. You could do something similar with just white wool yarn, but you'll get a little bit more of that yarny texture. Whereas this pencil roving, you can kind of bend it and mold it however you wish. So I decorated my little gingerbread with white wool, and then I did 2 sequins for the buttons. And to do the sequence, you just have to kind of felt with some wool, just a pinch of wool through the center of the sequin, and then I kind of splayed it out all around the sequence. Let me see if you can see it. I kind of splayed it out and then needle felted around the sequin, so it would kind of hold it in place.
And like glimmer and shine.
And then I could have probably kept decorating, but the kids were all done, and I figured this would be enough for one day. Now you can either like felt like on the back of it, you can felt a loop of yarn to the head. Can you stop bouncing the camera? You can just make a loop of yarn and then felt it to the head. You can use some of those metal hooks. You can use like a tapestry needle or a thick needle and some thread and go through your designs. Or you can string them together and turn them into a garland. So there you have it. That's our cookie cutter shape felted ornaments. Thanks for joining us. I hope you give it a try and share with us on social media your results. We'd love to see what you're creating. Thank you and have a good day.